it looks very weird and people don't know how to use it. It's very, very simple. It's exactly the same as making a plunger method. When you actually push down, you're adding pressure onto your brew. When you add pressure, you have the ability to squeeze more flavor from your coffee. So this device helps you get the most from your cup. Okay? What I love about it, it's very hard to make a bad cup of coffee with AeroPress. But let's get down to business. Let's see how easy it is. Okay? So I've got some boiling water here. Never good to pour boiling water on coffee. Burns it instantly. Let your kettle settle, or don't let it go to boil. Stop it just before boil. You want somewhere between underneath 95 degrees, somewhere around there, okay? Grind, very important, okay? What is your grind like? How coarse is it? How fine is it? Espresso, the less contact with the water, the shorter the brew process, the finer the grind is going to be, typically, okay? So, with this AeroPress, you've got a very big pre-infusion, so it's a lot less sensitive, okay? Everything is sensitive if you want to get it world class. But if you're not looking for a world class cup, you want to make a good hearty cup at home. The reason with a big pre-infusion, you've got a wider scope for grinds you can use. Okay, so let's make one. Alrighty, so my water's cooled down to a nice temperature. I think for speed I'm going to use this big old grinder here. I'm going to grind up some beans.
And what kind of grind are we looking for here, David? Like not as fine as the espresso machine, but not as coarse as plunger, somewhere in between?
Yeah, well, I think for this audience what I want to do is I want to go into the safe zone. So I'm going to go somewhere in between plunger and filter grind.
So David, the basic variables here are going to be your water temperature, the size or the coarse or fineness of your grind, how much you dose. So let's just look at the equipment here, because in your set, in your AeroPress set, it comes with a handy little scoop, comes with a little funnel, comes with the AeroPress specially patented stirrer, because the shape of that obviously makes a massive difference to stirring your coffee.
Yep.
And it comes with a set of filter papers. If we can beam that up on the big screen and show the audience what those are. Those filter papers will go in the filter cap. So David, we're talking about dosage.
Yep.
1 scoop for 1 cup.
1 scoop for 1 cup. If you like it nice and strong, go for 2 scoops. So if you want to like a burra terus, go for 2 scoops. Huh? A nice full-bodied coffee. What you will taste from the coffee, it should be really smooth. It should be a nice clean cup. So what you touch on there, let's get back to basics. It's grind size, water temperature, and then your brewing method and your brew time is very important. Okay. So I'm just about ready with this now.
And so brew time is basically dry fragrance, delicious. Beautiful. Brew time is basically the amount of time that the coffee has contact with the water before you plunge.
Exactly. Some people call it the coffee keeps, call it steeping. Okay. So there we go. That's my grind. Let me get my hot water here. It's always good to wet your paper filters, okay? The reason why, sometimes you can get that papery flavor into your coffee. It's never nice. So even if you've got a filter method or a pour-over method, a paper filter should always be wet. Ideally with hot water as well. Just keep things constant. That's the secret in coffee. Keep it constant, okay? I'm going to dose my water. Okay, what I like to do is pour down the side so I can get penetration to the bottom. Not really relevant, because now I'm using my paddle. What's really nice about the shape of the paddle, you can use a spoon, you can use a twig, if you're desperate. But what's nice is the paddle, it fits into the corners at the bottom, because I want to make sure that all my coffee is in contact with the water.
And I can actually smell that coffee from here, and it smells freaking amazing.
This was also roasted by Gerald, the guy who roasted for the Cup Tasters from Union Hand Roasted Coffee in Cape Town. Okay.
So David, is there a reason why you've poured like half or 3/4 or 2/3 of your water in there?
Yeah, you see, there's a technical reason and there's a very practical reason. Okay, the technical geeky reason is what I'm doing is called blooming. And blooming is like, you've got to imagine coffee is like a nuclear reaction, okay? There's particles bumping into other particles, and because it's temperature water, it bumps a lot faster. So So the more you can contain that, the more chemical the reactions are happening between those particles. Whereas if you make that a bigger section to brew in, it doesn't happen. So you kind of bloom it, you contain that, incubate it if you may. The more practical reason, Ian, is actually because when you stir it and it's full, you're going to spill everywhere. So I'll do that bloom. I've let that stand for about 40 seconds there. And then I top it up. I'm going to wet paper filter in there. I'm going to lock on my filter. Okay. I'll give it a little squeeze out there just to, and I see the brew coming through there now. Alright. Now I'm going to use the funnel, which you can use to dose or stabilize to pour. Okay? And I'll pop that over. See all the coffee sitting at the top. I like to give it a little swirl just to make sure that I've got full contact. And I'm going to pressure plunge. I'm not pushing very hard. If someone wants to come and give it a push and feel the pressure. Anyone?
Any takers out there? Want to come and plunge the last bit here?
Pauline's quite small. Pauline, show this so we're not pushing that hard.
Pauline's a super triathlete.
Oh, that's true.
Staunch.
Yeah, but that means she can do this for long. Lovely.
Beautiful colour in that coffee too, David.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And that's what one of the big advantages of the AeroPress. It delivers an incredibly clean cup. There's no sediment in there. That's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Big round of applause for David Coleman, the AeroPress.